Kia ora koutou, and welcome to this video about the new moon in Capricorn that's coming up on the 23rd of December. My name is Fiona of Sun and Moon Calendar.nz. So this new moon is the first lunar month set out in the Aotearoa Sun and Moon Calendar that is due from the printers on Friday. And so you can see it. It's in the colour brown. That's why I'm wearing brown. It's a good colour for Capricorn because it is a serious sign. Capricorn is about our work, what we aim for in the long term, building for the future, thinking about things in a very practical way and being disciplined. And it's also about legacy. And we also need to acknowledge the summer solstice, which takes place on the 22nd of December, just before the new moon. So a fresh start as we go into the second half of the solar year with the longest day, long summer evenings, and the shortest night. The new moon in Capricorn takes place on Friday, 23rd of December at 11:15 in the evening. And that comes just after the summer solstice, where the energy has been building up since the winter to this point, the sun at its maximum strength in our part of the world. And I love that picture. The sun looks so intense and the summer grass is there. So the new moon will take place at night. We won't see it. We can never see the new moon because it's right with the sun, but we won't see the sun either because it's close to midnight then in the sign of Capricorn. And that's what it looks like on the zodiac wheel. That's the Western zodiac wheel with the sun and moon at 1 degree 32 minutes of Capricorn. And I'm also going to talk about Mars and Mercury in this video. So you can see Mars there in the sign of Gemini, and Mercury also in Capricorn. They will be both retrograde around this time. Let's look at the energy of Capricorn. The ruling planet of Capricorn is Saturn, Sirius Saturn. Saturn is about boundaries, restrictions, being responsible, working hard, and respecting our duties and our obligations. Saturn will reward that hard work and discipline in the long term. The element of Capricorn is earth, and with earth, Capricorn is really practical and grounded and will take steps to build things from the ground up, slowly but surely, climbing the mountain. And the modality of Capricorn is cardinal. It aims for the future, taking steps with that future in mind. At the new moon, take some time out to pause and rest and contemplate. And this time out and feeling of low energy at the time of new moon is acknowledged in cultures around the world, including in Maramataka, where this time is named after Whiro, the god of darkness and death, and it's a time to retreat. When you can see the new moon crescent in the sky a couple of days after the exact new moon, that's a time that you can get started on your new projects, and that might be around Christmas Day. However, this year we have got Mars in retrograde and Mercury starting its retrograde shortly, so that might affect your decisions about projects that you want to start. So it's like we have this build up of energy coming up to the summer solstice, and then we go into the Capricorn new moon, fresh start, but then we kind of go backwards with the tail end of the Mars retrograde and then Mercury in retrograde. And it's like, don't do everything now, just pause and reflect a little while. Mars is about our drive, our determination, our action, our initiative that we take. Mars is bold and confident. It's the ruler of the sign of Aries, but it's in Gemini, and it's in Gemini for such a long time, 7 months actually. It won't actually leave Gemini until March, but the retrograde period is end of October until mid-January, you can see there. And in this time we're going back over things to do with how we take initiative, how we fight for things, how we drive forward. If you're feeling frustrated during this period, and especially coming up to the end when the feeling will be stronger, then it could be a good idea to do some hard physical exercise to process that stress and that frustration, but also just be patient and know that the things that we try and work hard towards might not be a smooth path during this time, but it will end after mid-January. And Mercury retrograde, this is a common one. It goes 3 times a year for roughly 3 weeks. So we have that just after Christmas, just before the new year of the new calendar year, and up to 19th of January. And it's also in the sign of Capricorn because it's going to cross over the sun. And Mercury is about our communication, how we connect with people, our chat, our self-talk also. If you run a business, if you use social media, logical thinking, discernment, there's a lot of things, lots of things about our modern life and the ways that we live and connect with each other that Mercury rules. But just expect that plans can go awry, things can go wrong, communications get lost, people will be making mistakes, and that's just part of Mercury retrograde. So think about that, maybe double check your holiday bookings if you're doing some travel during this time. So some things to think about with this new moon. Capricorn, what do you want to build for the future? And what legacy do you want to create? And sometimes connecting with our heritage, as we might be doing with our connections to family over the Christmas period, sometimes that can help us think about the legacy that we want to leave behind in the future. How can you stay organized and steady and do things in a step-by-step, measured and consistent manner? And that is the Capricorn gift. And thinking about Mars and Mercury in retrograde, it might be a good idea to prepare some ways that you can get yourself back into balance, recenter yourself, because we might be going a bit off kilter with the retrogrades. Here I have copied and pasted a sky map from the calendar that is from the month of Capricorn. And I know that the 1st of January is just the calendar new year, but I still thought it's a significant date and everyone's on holiday then, nearly everyone. Okay, so there's the sky map up there. So I've pasted it here. So on the night of the 1st of January, lots of people will be out and about in the evening, the warm summer evening. After sunset, when the sky gets dark, you might see Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, the moon, of course, and Mars. And Mars will be bright and intense with the retrograde. We won't see Mercury, it's too close to the sun, and there's some other invisible ones. But we will also have a great view of Aldebaran and Matariki. If you look over to the northeast, you should get a good view of Matariki. We have a good view of Matariki in the summer evenings. So there we go. There is a summary of the lunar month ahead for the sign of Capricorn. I hope everything goes well for you with those retrogrades with Mars and Mercury, but be patient with yourself if they don't. It's okay. That's life. All the best for your holiday season. And remember, if you'd like to order a calendar, please contact me, connect@sunandmooncalendar.nz, or visit Spiral Store in Nelson, possibly some other stores around Nelson. Or you can direct message me on Facebook or write a comment in this YouTube chat. So, hei kona rā ka kite ngamahi o te tauhou.